Yeah, attention duelists. It's Monday. Watch and learn time. Let's go. I don't know exactly what this is, but at a glance I'd say it's some kind of self-destruction deck. Fusion support, paying half their life points. One uses Max C. They summon Met Goku. Goes to grave, they take 24. This is just a self-destruction deck. Activate Lucky Punch and Destruction Draw, chain to their opponent's Vishuda. Vishuda summons Self. They summon Red Rose. And then do Baron. Red Rose's effect brings out Rox Rose. Rox Rose as a Basil Road shoot to hand. They activate Basil Rose, bring back the Red Rose. Red and Rox are going to link off into Halki Fibrex. Halki Fibrex brings out Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron on Halki Fibrex. We'll make an Auroradon. Auroradon will summon its tokens. It's bizarre this person's going this far against an opponent that's clearly trying to end the game on their own terms. Auroradon brings out O-Lion. O-Lion and a token will sync off into Denglong. Denglong's effect will trigger, as will O-Lion. O-Lion summons a token. Denglong adds 9 Pillars of the Yang Zing to hand. Jet Synchron will summon itself back to the field by sending a card from hand to the graveyard, in this case Sword Soul Blackout. Or no, Sword Soul Emergence. Jet Synchron and 2 tokens will make Yazi, Evil of the Yang Zing. Yazi will destroy itself and the opponent's Lucky Punch. Yazi summons a Moye. Lucky Punch, for being sent to the graveyard, will deal 6,000 to the controller. A shining example of overkill that was. And second Sword Soul player in 2 games. Activates Long Wan, pitching Sword Soul Blackout to summon Long Wan and a token. Makes Baron de Fleur. Long Wan will deal 1200 damage. They set Deskbot 001 face down and cross out Designator, pass to the opponent. The opponent summons Prank Kid Fansies and will link it off to make Meow Meow Moo. Fansies will send Dropsies to the graveyard and summon a Dropsies. Dropsies and Meow Meow Moo will link off to make Dodo Doodle Doo. Dodo Doodle's effect will trigger, as will Dropsies. Dropsies restores 1,000 life points and summons a Lampsies. Dodo Doodle Doo adds Prank Kid's Pandemonium to hand. Dodo Doodle Doo will tribute itself to return Fansies and Dropsies from the graveyard to the hand. They activate Pandemonium, using Dropsies, Fansies, and Lampsies to make Battle Butler. Fancy or Lampsies effect attempts to activate. The opponent will activate Baron de Fleur to negate, and they will chain a Forbidden Droplet, pitching the Fusion Destiny to negate Baron de Fleur. Lampsies will deal 500 and summon Roxy's. They activate Prank Kid's Place, which will add Fansies to hand. Roxy's and Lampsies will link off to make Bow Wow Bark. Prank Kid's Place will activate, chained into Roxy's. Roxy's will banish the Fansies in hand to summon a Fansies, and Place will reduce the stats of all the opponent's monsters. Battle Butler will use its effect to wipe the opponent's monsters. Bow Wow Bark will swing direct. It pass turn. Player draws Emergence for hand, activates it. Opponent chains Bow Wow Bark, banishing Meow Meow Moo from the graveyard as cost instead. Lampsies is added back to hand, and Battle Butler is returned to the extra deck. Emergence adds Sword Soul of Taya to hand. Taya is summoned, banishing Sword Soul Blackout to summon a token. Sword Soul Blackout, for being banished, will summon an additional token. Taya and token Mcbasia, Brightness of the Yangzing, which targets the opponent's field spell Prank Kid's Plays and Prank Kid's Fansies. Sword Soul Taya's effect will change, sending away Tiny Spirit of Vishuda to the graveyard. The opponent's cards are returned to the deck. Vishuda will banish itself to return Bow Wow Bark to the deck. Arch Nemesis Protoss will summon itself. Basia and Protoss will swing direct. Opponent's turn. Opponent activates Raigeki. Destroys all monsters except Protoss. Activates Prank Kid's Place again. Adds Fansies. Summons Fansies. Activates Rite of Aramesir to summon a token and activate Fateful Adventure from the deck. Fateful Adventure will add a Wandering Griffin Rider to hand. And will pitch a Lampsies. Griffin Rider will summon itself. This will activate the effect of Draco back the Rideable Dragon from the deck. Targeting Protoss, the opponent will chain Crossout Designator to attempt to negate Draco back. But Crossout will be negated by Wandering Griffin Rider. Protoss is returned to the hand. Fansies is going to be linked off into a second Meow Meow Moo. Fansies effect will send to the graveyard. What was that card? Prank Kid's Pranks. Meow Meow Moo and the Adventure token will swing direct. Opponent's turn, they draw Speedroid Taketumborg. Summon it in attack mode. Pass turn. Draco back will return Taketumborg to the hand. Fateful Adventure will add Wandering Griffin Rider to hand. And discard Lightning Storm. Griffin Rider will summon itself. Griffin Rider swings direct, as does the Adventure token. Game goes to Prank Kids. That was certainly better of a back and forth than the first match. Now let's see if we can get 3 Sword Souls in 3 games. No, this looks like Live Twins. Player activates Live Twins Sunny Snitch, adding Kiss a Kill to hand. Summon Kiss a Kill, summoning Lil Treat. Both are linked off to make Evil Twin Kiss a Kill. Evil Twin Kiss a Kill will add Treat back from the graveyard to the field, which they will both be linked off to make Evil Twin Evil Twin Lil La. Lil La will then bring back Kiss a Kill. Kiss a Kill will allow the player to draw 1 card. Both Evil Twins will then turn into Evil Twins Trouble Sunny. And they pass turn. 2 Maxies in hand, 1 Ghost Bell, Godarla, and Duster. Opponent summons Live Twin Kiss a Kill. Player chains Maxi to Kiss a Kill's effect activation. Opponent chains Crossout Designator, declaring Maxi. Evil Twins Trouble Sunny chains to Crossout Designator. Crossout Designator will summon Lil La and Kiss a Kill. Designator will banish Maxi, negating its effect for the turn. Kiss a Kill will summon Treat. Sunny Snitch will deal damage. Lil La and Kiss a Kill's effects will activate. Lil La will destroy the opponent's Lil La, and Kiss a Kill will allow them to draw a card. Activate Live Twin Home, pitching a Kiss a Kill to summon a Kiss a Kill. Kiss a Kill and Lil La are going to, tell me if this looks familiar, make Lil La. Sunny Snitch is putting in some decent damage on board. Lil La attempts to resurrect, but will be negated by the opponent's Ghost Bell. Player activates their own Sunny Snitch, adding a Kiss Kill Frost to hand. Frost will special summon itself. Frost and Lil La will make their own Kiss Kill. Kiss Kill will bring back Lil La. Lil La will destroy the opponent's Lil La. Kiss Kill and Lil La will make their own Trouble Sunny. Kiss Kill will bring back Lil La. Trouble Sunny swings over Lil La. Finishes the Lil La treat from their own graveyard to reduce the stats of the opponent's Kiss Kill. Their Kiss Kill will allow them to draw a card. They'll banish their own treat to reduce the stat of the opponent's Kiss Kill. This is a lot of back and forth with the same names that aren't real words. It's not in English. They will remake Trouble Sunny. Activate Parallel Exceed in their hand, summoning it to a link zone that it points to. Summons a second Parallel Exceed. Pass turn. Player activates Secret Password. Adds a second Sunny Snitch to hand. The opponent uses their Frost, banishing it to draw a card because their opponent drew a card. Sunny Snitch will add a Lil La to hand. They'll tribute their opponent's Trouble Sunny to summon Godarla. Use Harpy's Feather Duster to destroy their opponent's Sunny Snitch. They summon Lil La, who brings out a Kiss Kill treat. Kiss Kill Frost. They make Evil Twin Lil La. Lil La will resurrect Kiss Kill. Kiss Kill will allow them to draw a card, which is Raigeki. They make Evil Twins Trouble Sunny. Go into battle phase, swing over Godarla. Trouble Sunny will then tribute itself to bring back Lil La and Kiss Kill. Lil La will destroy a Parallel Exceed with her effect, swing over one, and then Kiss Kill will swing direct. Then they will remake Trouble Sunny. They will set Crossout Designator and pass turn. Opponent uses their Trouble Sunny's effect, banishing itself to send Evil Twins Kiss Kill Lil La. Player will chain by activating their Trouble Sunny's effect, summoning Kiss Kill and Lil La. They will destroy their own Crossout Designator, draw a Crossout Designator. Opponent summons Live Twin Lil La. Chain Maxi to it again, due to two Trouble Sunnies on the field. Two Sunny Snitches on the field. Every time the opponent special summons, they will take 400 and they will gain 400. They summon another Frost, draw a card from Maxi. Lil La and Frost will make Sky Cavalry Centaura. They move to battle. Centaura will swing over Kiss Kill. During main phase 2, they will turn into Downward Magician. Lil La will bring back Kiss Kill. Then Downward Magician will turn into Divine Arsenal Zeus. Nibiru will activate and Zeus will chain to Nibiru. Zeus sends away all cards on the field. Nibiru sends away Zeus, summons itself and a token. Opponent activates Sunny Snitch, adds a Kiss Kill to hand. Passes turn to the opponent. Looks like Duelist A has us in the bag. Raigekian swing for game. That's the way it goes. I said a lot of the same words in that game. Well, at least it wasn't a Sword Soul Mirror match. Let's see what's next. Marincess Tenyi. Tenyi Spirit Shitana will summon itself. Player summons Marincess Seahorse. Links off Seahorse to make Blue Slug. Blue Slug will bring Seahorse back to hand. Seahorse will summon itself to a zone pointed to by a Link monster. And then they'll turn Seahorse into Sea Angel. Sea Angel will allow them to add Marincess Battle Ocean to hand. Then Blue Slug and Sea Angel will link off, making a Marincess Coral Anemone. Anemone will target Sea Angel, bring it back. Sea Angel and Chitana will link off, making a Marincess Crystal Heart. They activate Battle Ocean. Crystal Heart and Coral Anemone will link off, making a Marincess Great Bubble Reef. Battle Ocean's effect will activate, as will Coral Anemone. Anemone will add Seahorse back to hand. Battle Ocean will equip Bubble Reef with Crystal Heart, Anemone, and Sea Angel. During the standby phase, Bubble Reef will banish a water monster, boosting its stats. Opponent reveals Chalice Slime, Incantation Chalice Slime, which will be chained into an Ash Blossom to negate the search. Incantation Plume will activate, revealing Chalice Slime, summoning itself, and Kandal. Kandal will add Incantation Ritual to hand. Incantation will use its effect to ritual summon any ritual, sending away Kandal for a level 4 ritual, making Megalith Haggith. Haggith will activate its effect, adding Megalith Unformed to hand. Incantation Ritual will banish Plume, summon Telemasandra, and add itself back to hand. Telemasandra, for being summoned, will add Cyber Angel Ben 10 to hand. Megalith Unformed will activate, tributing Megalith Haggith. This summons Megalith Full. Full's effect will activate on summon, adding Megalith Haggith back to the hand and increasing its level to 4. Incantation Ritual will activate again, sending away Telemasandra. To summon Megalith Haggith once more. Haggith's effect will activate, adding another Megalith Unformed to hand. Full's effect will activate, tributing Ben 10 from the hand to ritual summon Megalith Ophiel. Ben 10's effect will activate in the graveyard, chained into Ophiel. Sorry, Ben 10 in the graveyard, chained to Ophiel. Ophiel will add another Megalith Haggith to hand. Ben 10 will add a Diviner of the Herald to hand. Player summons Diviner of Herald. Herald sends away Elder Entity Intis, which will destroy the opponent's Battle Ocean. Diviner of Herald and Megalith Ophiel will link off to make Baron de Fleur. Sorry, sync off. Baron de Fleur will target Great Bubble Reef and destroy it. Coral Anemone's effect will activate, targeting Great Bubble Reef, which will be called by the grave to negate. Haggith's effect activates, tributing itself as material, or as ritual, to summon a Haggith. On summon, it will add the third Megalith Unformed to hand. Haggith in full will overlay to make Gallant Granite. Granite's effect will activate, removing Haggith to add a rock monster hand, in this case Block Dragon. Block Dragon will summon itself by banishing 2 Haggith and 1 Ophiel. Megalith Unformed will tribute Block Dragon to ritual summon a Megalith Ophiel. Block Dragon's effect will activate. Ophiel will chain. Ophiel adds Megalith Phalig to hand. Black Dragon will add an Adamantipator Researcher to hand, and a Megalith Ophiel, and a Megalith Full. Ophiel's effect will activate, setting itself an Incantation Chalice Slime. This is a long turn. To make Megalith Phalig. Phalig's effect activates. Monster you control gain 300 attack defense for each ritual monster in your graveyard. In this case, right now is 1, 2, 3. So each monster gains 900. He's going to swing with all monsters for game. There was a lot that happened there. interesting stuff. Let's move on to the next one. Hey, third Sword Soul of the night. Player activates Pot of Desires, banishing 10 to draw 2. Summons Dogmatica Ecclesia the Virtuous, tributes her to summon Sword Soul Moye. Moye reveals Tenny Spirit Vashuda, summons a token. The two will sync off, make Sword Soul Grandmaster Chishao. Chishao's effect will activate, chained into Moye's. Moye will add Long Wand to hand. Chishao will add Sword Soul Emergence to hand. Long Wand's effect will activate, pitching Vashuda to summon itself and a token. He has made Baron de Fleur. Long Wand's effect will activate, dealing 1200. Player sets Infinite Impermanence and passes turn. Opponent sets 2, activates a card I don't recognize, Stellar Knight. Each Stellar Knight Xyz monster gains 200 attack and defense for each of its materials. When a Stellar Knight Xyz monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can send a Stellar Knight card from your hand to the graveyard to negate the attack. You then summon Stellar Knight Vega. If the card is summoned, you can special summon one Stellar Knight monster from your hand except Stellar Knight Vega. You can only use this effect once per turn. Chishao is going to chain, banishing Vashuda to negate the effect of Vega. Player moves into battle, passes turn, ends turn. Sword Soul player turn once again. A draw called by the grave. Summon Sword Soul Taya. Taya will banish Moye. Opponent will activate Lost Wind, which will have the attack of Chishao and negate its effect for the turn. Taya summons Token. Taya and the token are going to sync off to make Adamancipator Risen Dragite. Lost Wind will return itself from the graveyard to the field face down. Dragite will use its effect to excavate for nothing because he's not going to have any rock monsters. Baron de Fleur attempts to use its effect to target and destroy a card. Opponent will chain that card, which is Stellar Nova Alpha. When Spell Trapper monster effect is activated, send a face-up Stellar Knight to the graveyard, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card, then draw 1. Stellar Knight Alpha will resolve, destroying Baron de Fleur, allowing him to draw 1. Moving battle phase, Chishao and Dragite will swing direct. Sword Soul sets called by, passes turn. I don't know why he didn't negate that. Player attempts to use Red Eye's Fusion, but will be negated by Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Player uses Lost Wind to half Dragite's attack points, and negates effects for the turn. Actually, no, negates its effect forever. Huh. Lost Wind might be stronger than I thought. Sword Soul player draws Nibiru the Primal Being, activates Sword Soul Emergence, adding Taya to hand. Summons Taya, banishes Sword Soul Emergence to summon the token. Taya and token are going to sync off. You make Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. Player had set another Stellar Knight Vega. Berserker will swing over Vega, increasing its attack points. Then Dragite and Chishao will swing for game. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. May you shine on in a different night. Because you went up against a hard meta deck. And you didn't have the stuff. Oh well, go next. We have a Shadal player. Opponent activates Pot of Extravagance. Sets 5 and passes. Sounds like Eldritch. Player activates Terraforming. Opponent activates Skill Drain. Definitely Eldritch. Terraforming will add Magical Meltdown to hand. Player activates That Grass Looks Greener. Opponent will chain a Solemn Judgment. That grass has been negated. Player activates Magical Meltdown, adds Alistair the Invoker to hand, activates El Shaddai Fusion, fusing the Shaddai Squamata and the Beast to make El Shaddai Winda. Beast and Squamata's effects will activate in the graveyard. Squamata will send... Which one did it send away? Dragon to the graveyard. Beast will add Psy-Frame Gamma to allow him to draw Gamma. Dragon's effect will destroy Skill Drain. Window will swing directly. Player sets Nail Shaddai Aerial. Opponent activates There Can Be Only One and passes turn. Sets 2 more back row. Passes. Player draws Ash Blossom and Joy Spring for turn. Moves straight to battle. Swings with Window. And that's game. Not happy about either outcome of those decks. Hate to see both of them. Moving on. Ah, a hero deck. Now this I like to see. Opponent activates Chaos Space, pitching Rocket Tracer. The effect of Chaos Space will be negated by Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Sets 2 back row, passes. Hero player's turn. They draw Droll and Lockbird. Activate a hero lives, paying half their life points. The opponent uses Prologue of the Destruction Swordsman, sending Destruction Sword Memories and Buster Blader to the graveyard. Special summon a Buster Dragon from their deck or graveyard. Opponent will chain a Max C to this, allowing them to draw a card off of the summon. Destruction Sword Memories will banish itself, chained to Max C. Banish this card from the graveyard. Fusion summon a Buster Blader from your extract by banishing material listed not from your graveyard. He has a dragon and Buster Blader in his graveyard. Rocket Tracer and Buster Blader are banished to fusion summon Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. Max C resolves. Prologue of the Destruction Sword will summon Buster Dragon from the extra deck. A Hero Lives will summon Stratos. Stratos is turned to defense mode, turned into a dragon, and its effect is negated. Not negated, but it cannot activate their effects. Player then commits Trap Trick to banish a normal trap to set a trap. They banish Prologue of the Destruction Swordsman to set the 3rd copy. Passes turn. Player turns their monsters to attack mode. Buster Blader swings over Stratos. Then Buster Dragon swings for game. That was a hard shutdown to the hero player. Where are these Buster Bladers at when someone's playing Sword Soul? Player activates Millennium Revelation, pitching the raw sphere mode to add a monster born to hand. Activates Mound of the Bound Creator, sets Metal Reflect Slime and King's Knight, passes turn. The opponent activates... what was that, Branded Opening? Yep. Discarding Destiny Hero Dasher to summon Dramaturge of Despia, then they normal summon Aluber the Jester as Despia. I'm going to fumble a lot of words. They add Branded and Red to hand. Activate Despia Theater of the Branded. Opponent activates Metal Reflect Slime. Flex Slime is set. Despia will fuse Aluber and Dramaturge. What's he making? Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Dramaturge will summon itself back to the field. Player moves to battle. Dramaturge will swing over King's Knight. Passes turn. That Reflect Slime is going to be the best wall he's got for now. Player draws Joker straight. Tribute the Metal Reflect Slime for Egyptian God Slime. Dramaturge uses its effect. Masquerade will also apply its effect. Dramaturge's effect will negate the effects of the Egyptian God Slime until the end of the turn. Joker Straight will discard one card, special summon a Queen's Knight, add a King's Knight, and then summon it, which will then summon Jack's Knight. Masquerade is going to start doing some big damage each time the opponent activates an effect. The 3 Knights can be linked off into Arcana Extra Joker. Player moves into battle. The God Slime will destroy Dramaturge of Despia. The Mound of the Bound Creator, protecting it. Then Arcana Extra Joker will swing over Masquerade. During the end phase, Joker Straight will return King's Knight to the deck and add itself back to the hand. Player activates Branded in Red, targeting Dramaturge. Dramaturge goes back to the hand. Then Dramaturge and Masquerade are both fused off to make Despian Queritus. Dramaturge will summon itself back for being used as fusion material. The God Slime is tributed for Radian. Queritus will reduce the stats of all monsters that aren't fusions. And swing over Arcana Extra Joker. Extra Joker will summon a Queen's Knight. Player sets 1 back row. King's Knight's add to hand. Pass turn. Player draws Ancient Chant. Player activates Joker Straight, pitching King's Knight to summon Queen's Knight. Adds King's Knight. Summons King's Knight. Excuse me. Player interrupts the chain by activating Branded in Red, targeting Alubra the Jester. That makes him sound more professional than he is. He's a clown. Alubra and Dramaturge will be fused off to make a second Masquerade Blazing Dragon. King's Knight's effect will activate, summoning Jack's Knight. Dramaturge's effect activates, and Queritus will chain. That might have been a mistake. Dramaturge is summoned. Both Queen's Knights will make Utopia. Utopia will then make S39, Utopia the Lightning. Dramaturge will use its effect to negate the effects of Utopia the Lightning this turn. Player activates Ancient Chant. Masquerade chains. Player banishes Ancient Chant, attributing Kings, Jacks, and Radian to summon the Winged Dragon of Ra at 8,100 life points, 8,100 attack points. Player swings at Queritus, forgetting, I guess, that Utopia the Lightning's effect is negated. Joker Straight will return Queen's Knight to the deck to add itself back to hand. Both players are at 100. Ra is at 8,100 attack. Despia Theater of the Branded will fuse off Dramaturge and Despian Tragedy to make Despian Queritus. Tragedy's effect and Dramaturge's effect will activate. Queritus will also activate. And it looks like this match is going to be going to the Despian. Ra's attack points are reduced to 0. Dramaturge is summoned. Tragedy will add Ad Libitum of Despia to hand. Moves to battle phase. Dramaturge swings over Ra for game. Exciting to see a match where both players got down to 100. Alright, now we have a Magical Musketeer. Opponent is playing Evil Eye. Activates Evil Eye Domain, Paradolia. Summons Serziel, the Watcher of the Evil Eye, which will add Evil Eye of Selene. Selene will activate and equip itself to Serziel. Set 1 back row and pass turn. The effect of the eye is as follows. It can only be equipped to an Evil Eye monster. That monster cannot be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effects. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Each time you activate the equipped monster's effect or activate another Evil Eye spell or trap, the equipped monster gains 500 attack, and if it does, you lose 500 life points. If this card is in your graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points, banish an Evil Eye spell trap from your grave, then set this card. You can only use this effect of Evil Eye of Selene once per turn. Now the Musketeer player's turn. They draw a Magical Musketeer of Calamity. Activates Pot of Extravagance. Opponent will chain an Ash Blossom. Pot of Extravagance is negated. They summon Magical Musketeer Caspar and link him off into Magical Musketeer Max. X the free shooter. Max's effect will activate. Player will activate Serziel's effect in chain, targeting Max. Max is destroyed. His effect will still go off, summoning Mastermind Zakiel, Caspar, and Starfire. Caspar will swing into Serziel, dealing damage. Player sets Goes in Match and passes turn. Serziel will use his effect in the standby phase, and player will chain Goes in Match. Serziel will activate its effect again. Serziel will destroy Zakiel. Goes in Match resolves. Serziel will destroy the field spell. The Eye of Selene will activate twice. Player will chain Caspar. And the opponent will activate Infinite Impermanence. Impermanence will negate the effect of Caspar. The Eye of Selene will activate, increasing the attack points of Serziel twice. It activates a new Evil Eye domain, Pareidolia, adds another Serziel to hand. Selene activates. Player summons the new Serziel, adds Evil Eye Awakening to hand. The new Serziel will swing over Caspar, and the old one will swing over Starfire. Player sets one back row and passes. Draws Nibiru the Primal Being. Serziel's effect will activate, destroying the new Serziel. Player summons Magical Musketeer Calamity. Makes a new Magical Musketeer Max. Uses Max effect. The player will Infinite Impermanence Max. Second impermanence of the game. Player ends their turn. Player activates Evil Eye Awakening. Opponent chains Max C. Evil Eye Awakening will special summon Serziel. Selene's effect will activate, as will the opponent. The opponent will activate Triple Tactics Talent. Player swings with both Serziels for game. Nice to see two off-meta decks going head-to-head. That being said, I'm pretty sure Evil Eye had it from the beginning of their whole premise of making a tower versus Musketeers, spells, activation. Oh well. What in God's name am I looking at? Dark Sanctuary and Floanderies? That's just gross. Player activates Dark Sanctuary, sets Ordeal of the Traveler, passes turn. Player activates Pot of Duality. I'm horrified by the options he picked. Takes Card of Demise, sets 4 back row, passes turn. Activates Summon Limit. That's not going to matter. Player draws Caius the Mega Monarch. Passes turn. Dual Speed's turn. Activate Pot of Extravagance. Summon Inspector Border. Dark Sanctuary and Ordeal of a Traveler will activate. Dark Bribe will activate in response to Ordeal of a Traveler. Ordeal is destroyed by Dark Bribe. Dark Sanctuary will activate, making this a coin flip. Player gets heads. Inspector Borders, half of its tech points are dealt back to its controller. Player draws Cyber Dragon. Special summons Cyber Dragon. Attempts to swing over Inspector Border. Compulsory Evacuation device will return Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon is not a once per turn, so during main phase 2 it is special summoned to the field again. Player summons Banisher of Radiance, activates Pot of Duality once more. Adds Solemn Strike to hand. Activates Compulsory Evacuation device, bouncing Cyber Dragon again. Sets 2 more back row, activates Cards of Demise. Sets 2 more back row, activates Golden Mirror Shield, equipped to Banisher. Moon Mirror Shield, equipped to Banisher of Radiance. Passes turn. Player will summon Landrobe the Rock Vassal, which will get Solemn Judgmented. Then special summon Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon will attempt to swing into Banisher. Player did not read Moon Mirror Shield. Cyber Dragon is destroyed when Banisher Radiance attack points go up to 100 more than Cyber Dragon's. Why does he not activate Raigeki? Opponent sets a back row, attempts to swing with Banisher. Dark Sanctuary's effect will activate, dealing damage back. Swings with Inspector Border. Takes damage a third time. He has not gotten through the Dark Sanctuary yet. Player draws Ordeal of the Traveler, sets it, passes turn. Dual Speed summons Thunder King Ryo, swings with the Banisher of Radiance, activates Ordeal of the Traveler. Ordeal of the Traveler once again stopped by Dark Bribe. Draws their second Caius the Mega Monarch. Sanctuary will deal damage back. Player swings with Inspector Border. And Dark Sanctuary wins him the game. He did not win a single coin flip. I don't really know what to think about that game. I'll choose to erase it from my memory. Alright, we have a Numeron player. Opponent activates Unexpected Die, summons Gunkin Shuship Shari, summons Gunkin Shuship Ikora. Sorry, special summons Ikora for controlling Shari. Overlays them to make the Ikora class Dreadnought. Dreadnought will draw them one card from being made with Shari, set one back row, pass turn. Opponent draws Link Bound, activates Numeron Network, opponent chains Ash Blossom to it. Max C will resolve. Sorry, chains Max C to it, not Ash Blossom. Numeron Network will banish Numeron Calling, summoning the four Numeron Gates. Moves to battle, swings into the Shuship, which will destroy the field spell. Player moves to main phase 2, links off all monsters to make Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Player draws Nibiru. Opponent sets Forbidden Chalice, passes turn. Player activates Suicide Seaport. I'm not going to try to say these alliteration names. Uses Gunkin Shuship Ikora. Ikora will activate the top 3. But will be negated by Forbidden Chalice. The Ikora class is looking pretty small next to the Goddess right now. Player moves to battle. Goddess will swing over the Ikora. Passes back to the Shuship player. Shuship Shari is summoned. The Seaport will set a card on top of the deck. Sets one more back row. Passes to the opponent. Player draws second Lava Golem. Moves to battle. Player activates Forbidden Droplet, sending away the field spell. And activating Infinite Impermanence. Player will quick play Link Bound. Target a Link monster you control or in your graveyard, return to the X deck, and if you do, draw cards equal to its Link rating. And place cards from your hand on the bottom of the deck in any order equal to the number of cards you drew. So Goddess will go back to the deck and he will draw 5, then set 5 on the bottom. I didn't have time to read what all those were, but one was Numeron Wall, which will be sent to the graveyard to set a Numeron Network in the field zone. During main phase 2, Numeron Network will send away Numeron Calling once again, and once again a Max C will activate, but this time the opponent will activate a Called by the Grave on the Max C. Max C is negated, the network will summon the 4 gates. The 4 gates will then turn into Infinitrack and Megaclops. I was wrong. Mekhanite Crusadia Avramax. And the opponent will activate Nibiru, attributing all monsters, and summoning a token with 0 defense. Avramax will then return Nibiru to the deck. Player draws for turn. Sets 1. This is a big token, and they have 1 card on board to deal with it. Player draws Raw Sphere mode, turns the token to attack, and swings for 5,000. He had summoned his Max C that could have potentially been game. It doesn't look like the Shushit player drew anything on their last turn. Is this the end for them? Player draws Forbidden Chalice, moves straight to battle, swings with the token. Opponent activates Called by the Grave. They did not get anything they could use. A sad day for baseball fans. Victory goes to the Numeron player, but not for playing the Numeron strategy. They won through the use of Goddess of Close World, and their opponent giving them an enormous token, and praying they would draw a monster off the top, which they did not. Have a Despia player this time around. Opponent sets 2 back row, passes turn. Draws Foolish Burial, activates Feather Duster, wipes the opponent's back row of infinite impermanence and double or nothing. Activates Foolish Burial to send away Despian Tragedy. Tragedy's effect will add Aluber the Jester of Despia to hand. Player summons Aluber, which will add Branded and Red to hand. Activate Branded Opening, discarding Maxi to summon Dramaturge. They set Despia Theater the Branded, use its effect, fusing Aluber and Dramaturge. Make Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Dramaturge will summon itself back to the field. Player then activates Fusion Destiny, sending away Destiny Hero Dasher and Celestial, making Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. They have 8,000 damage on board. They set Branded in red, swing with DPE, swing with Masquerade, and swing with Dramaturge for game. That was a quick one. Alright, we have a Floodgate player this time around. Opponent activates Charge of the Light Brigade. Activates Danger Mothman. Mothman is not hit. Mothman is summoned. Player summons Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn. Raiden and Mothman are going to be synced off into Chaos Ruler, Chaotic Magical Dragon. Reveals Necroface, Fairy Tale Snow, Lunalight Perfume, Giant Rex, and Lunalight Tiger. Adds Tiger to hand. The rest go to the graveyard. Perfume will banish itself. And discard a card from hand. Add Lunalight Tiger to hand also. Set the Lunalight Tiger in the Pendulum Scale, which will return a Yellow Martin to the field using its effect. Chaos Valkyria is summoned by banishing the Hand of Lightsworn. They'll overlay to make Dugaris the Timeless. Dugaris will move its units, allowing him to draw 2, discard 1, skip his next draw phase. Activates Foolish Burial, sending away Lunalight Yellow Chick. Yellow Martin returns up to the field by returning Tiger to the hand. Tiger's effect will activate, summoning back Yellow Martin. Kaleido Chick. Yellow Martin, Kaleido Chick will overlay to make Brotherhood of the Firefist Tiger King. Tiger King will set Fire Formation Tenki. Player activates Tenki. Adds the 3rd Lunalight Tiger to hand. Fire King will remove a unit using his effect. Player sets the Lunalight Tiger. Tiger returns Kaleido Chick. Fairy Tale Snow will send cards away to summon herself to the field. Chaos Valkyria will send away Kaleido Chick. 4 monsters will be linked off. Make Saryuja Skulldread. Skulldread will allow him to draw 4, keep 1, send the rest back. Player sets Lunalight Tiger. Returns Kaleido Chick. Both Kaleido Chicks will overlay, making Minerva the Exalted Lightsworn. Minerva will remove a unit. Add 1, mill 3. Player banishes 7 cards to summon back Fairy Tale Snow. One of the cards was Necroface, another was Giant Rex. Another was Ritual World Hime Nyan Nyan. Giant Rex is summoned to the field. Necroface will banish cards from the opponent's deck and their own. Sorry, just Skull Dread's effect will activate, boosting the stats of Giant Rex. A Necroface was sent away by another Necroface, which are training together. Will activates Fossil Dig, returning Manticore of Darkness and 2 Necrofaces back to their graveyard. I did not catch that last card. Play activates Nemesis Adrestia. Target Nemesis that is banished or in the graveyard and special summon it, which will return Nemesis Flag. Nemesis Flag is special summoned, which Skull Dread will boost its stats. I add Nemesis Corridor to hand. Corridor will use its effect, returning the Nemesis Umbrella to the deck and summoning itself. Skull Dread will boost its stats. Flag and Snow will link off to make Nightmare Phoenix. Skull Dread will boost its stats. Skull Dread and Giant Rex will make Union Carrier. This is a hell of a combo he's going for here. Snow will banish 7 cards to summon itself back, 2 of which were Necroface. The Necroface's effects will activate, as will Exa, Enforcer of the Necros. Exile will summon itself. Necroface will banish both players' cards. Nemesis Corridor's effect will return Umbrella to hand. Union Carrier will target Nightmare Phoenix, equipping itself with Manticore of Darkness. Nemesis Corridor and Fairy Tale Snow will overlay to make Daigusto Emerald. Nemesis Umbrella's effect will activate, targeting Necroface, returning it to the deck to summon itself. Emerald will remove a unit, target 3 monsters in the graveyard, shuffle 3 into the deck, and draw 1. Umbrella's effect will target Nemesis Corridor, return it to the hand. 4 monsters will be linked off to make Staryu to Skull Dread once again. Skull Dread will add cards, let him keep 1, return the others. Activates effect of Danger Jackalope. Jackalope is not hit, Corridor is. Jackalope is summoned, player activates card Destruction. Player uses Fairy Tale Snow's effect again, banishing 2 more Necrofaces. Player only has 8 cards left in their deck. Both the Necrofaces will resolve. Player will end their turn. Their opponent is out of cards. DD Scout Plane will summon itself. Another one will return to the graveyard. Guard Ghost will go to the hand. Nemesis Keystone will return to the hand. Passes turn. Player has no cards. They lose. That was a long mill to narrate. Let's hope the next one isn't that. My brain hurts. Hey, another hero player. Maybe this one will actually get to play. The opponent activates Thunder Dragon's effect, pitching itself. Opponent will chain an Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring to negate. Player will special summon Black Dragon Collapse Serpent by banishing Thunder Dragon, then link off to make Striker Dragon. Collapse Serpent will add Wyver Buster to hand. Wyver Buster will summon itself by banishing Collapse Serpent. Wyver Buster and Striker Dragon will link off. Make a Predaplant Vert Anaconda. Anaconda will send off Destiny along with Celestial and Dasher, making DPE. DPE will destroy Vert and itself. It will summon itself back during the standby phase. Passes turn. Player activates Called By immediately, targeting DPE. Taking it out of the game. Instead, Celestial will be summoned. Player activates A Hero Lives. The opponent will chain a Max C. Hero player does not have a response. This could be a big backfire. A Hero Lives summons Stratos. Stratos will add a Dusted Gold to hand. A Dusted Gold will pitch itself to add Dark Calling. Player summons Vion, sending away Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist will add Liquid Soldier to hand. Vion will banish Shadow Mist to add Polymerization to hand. Player activates Polymerization. Using the increase with Liquid Soldier, making Elemental Hero Sunrise. Liquid Soldier will allow him to draw 2, pitch 1, and Sunrise will add Miracle Fusion to hand. Miracle Fusion is added. Liquid Soldier allows him to draw 2, pitches the Ferris, activates Dark Calling, using Ferris and a Dusted Gold into Malicious Bane. Malicious Bane's effect activates, destroying Celestial. Player swings with Vion, Stratos, and Sunrise for game. Didn't take the Maxi challenge, but played through it, hoped for the best, and it paid off. Victory for the hero player. Alright. Player has Adventure Engine in hand and Tenyi Spirit, so it could be Adventure Sword Soul. Player activates Water and Trench's effect, but will be negated by Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Player activates Rite of Eremacir, summons the token, and activates Fateful Adventure from the deck. Uses Tenyi Spirit Vishuda's effect to summon itself. Fateful Adventure will add Dracoback the Rival Dragon to hand. And Wandering Griffin Rider. Dracoback will be discarded, and upon discard will equip itself to the token. Wandering Griffin Rider will chain to this to summon itself. Vishuda and Griffin Rider will overlay. Make number 42 Galaxy Tomahawk. Tomahawk will remove its units to summon as many battle equal tokens as possible, which is 4. Galaxy Tomahawk and 2 tokens will link off to make Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. Auroradon will tribute itself and the adventure token to summon Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. O-Lion and a Battle Eagle token will link off to make Halky Fibrix. This is a lot just to get Hulk out. Halky Fibrix will summon Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron and Halky Fibrix will be linked off. Make a second Auroradon. Auroradon will summon its 3 tokens. Use its effect, tribute itself and a token. Summon another O-Lion. O-Lion and token will sync off. Make Denglong. This is a long road to nowhere. Denglong's effect will activate, as will O-Lion. Summons a token. Denglong adds 9 Pillars of the Yangzing to hand. Denglong will send away Tenyi Spirit of Shuda. Denglong and the Mecha Phantom Beast token will link off. Sync off. Make Baron de Fleur. Denglong will summon a card I don't immediately recognize. Chowen, Light of the Yangzing. Jet Synchron will summon itself back to the field by discarding the Nibiru. Tenyi Spirit Ashuna will banish itself. Set Tenyi Spirit Vishuda from the deck. Vishuda and Jet Synchron will link off to make Sword Soul Grandmaster Chishao. Chishao will send away Sword Soul Blackout. Blackout will summon the token. Chenwing and a Battle Eagle will sync off to make Yazi Evil of the Yangzing. Baron de Fleur will destroy Yazi. Chowen's effect will activate, summoning itself. Chowen and Chishao will sync off to make Chao Feng, Phantom of the Yangzing. Player sets called by at 9 pillars, passes turn. Opponent activates Pot of Duality. Player uses Baron de Fleur to negate. Player summons Subterra Fiendess. Attempts to use her effect. Player chains 9 Pillars of the Yangzing to negate. Fiendess is returned to the deck. Phantom is destroyed. Phantom's effect adds Red Rose Dragon hand. Passes turn. Player draws Basil Rose Shoot. Uses Baron de Fleur's effect to attempt to destroy the opponent's back row. Player activates Subterror Final Battle, using its effect to make Subterror cards unable to be negated this turn. Fateful Adventure adds Water and Trench to the Temple, who will then be discarded. She is then banished to add a Rite of Eremsir to hand. Player activates a Rite of Eremsir, summons a new adventure token. Player summons Red Rose Dragon, is going to sync off all of his monsters, and make Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign Qing Ying. Wasn't all of his monsters. It was Red Rose and 2 tokens. Roxrose Dragon is summoned by Red Rose's effect. Roxrose will add Red Rose to hand. Activates Basil Rose, bringing back the Red Rose. Player summons with Baron, Roxrose, and Sword Soul Supreme for game. I feel like there were definitely easier ways to accomplish what the Sword Soul player did. And I think that's the 4th Sword Soul player we've had tonight. And I gotta say, 4 is just too many for me. So I'm gonna call the video there. Cut the stream. Thanks for watching. Catching replay. Thanks for that too. Goodbye.